Today I will layer different ink colors to create new tints and unique shades. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Creative Coloring with Iram. I love this huge stamp that I'm using today, and you can create 2 cards out of it just like I did. To change the look of the set, you can choose to use it with or without the outline and add details that I will show you later, or keep it as is. I will use the Builder Garden Rocktrumpet stamp set along with the coloring stencil and the die set. First, I will stamp the entire image on a panel of classic Crest Solar White cardstock in Vanilla Cream Crisp Dye Ink. I already had a bit of a leftover Pinkalicious Crisp Dye Ink on a mini blending brush. I used that to apply the first layer of ink. I also used Pastel Sunrise Crisp Dye Ink to the petals on the right to add a warm tone to the flower. For the second flower, I will use Volcano Crisp Dye Ink for the first layer. I will use Lavender Crisp Dye Ink. And to add interest, I will apply the leftover pink that's on my mini blending brush to the purple layer. Now, if you don't have any pink ink on your mini blending brush, just pick up any light pink ink like Pinkalicious. It's a warmer pink ink, so that will work. And you can see right away that the addition of pink makes the purple pop. For the yellow flower, I will apply Chamomile Crisp Dye Ink with a light hand. But to add variation, I will increase the pressure of my hand on some parts of the flower. I am now going to place a second stencil, which aligns easily, by the way. And then I will start by applying the yellow ink first. For this, I will use Snapdragon Crisp Dye Ink. Again, this is a very vibrant color, so I will make sure I apply a darker tone to the base and center of the flower and diffuse it as I move to the tips. This helps to add variation in your one stencil layer. Instead of having one solid ink layer, you will now have a sort of a patchy layer, and this won't look bad. Now onto the teal flower. I will apply Lagoon Crisp Dye Ink, and I will extend this over to the purple flower as well. Later on, after I die cut the image, I re-ink this flower as it's too close to the color of my leaves. I will show you this later. Now I will apply Rubellite Crisp Dye Ink to the pink flowers, and the first flower I will cover is the purple one. Since I had a bit of pink on the first layer, I will apply pink through the second layer as well and extend this a bit into the purple. Next, I will use Deep Iris Crisp Dye Ink and apply it to the purple portion, plus a bit into the pink as well. The pink and purple, when blended together, look very nice, so this works. Moving on to the pink flower now, I will add Canyon Clay Crisp Dye Ink to the petals on the right side. This is more or less where I applied Pastel Sunrise Crisp Dye Ink on the base layer. I'm not worried if I cover more area with the Canyon Clay. It will just add more warmth to the flower. For the leaves, I started by adding Dark Night Crisp Dye Ink to the base of the leaves and covering most of the leaf, just leaving the tips light. Next, I will apply Emerald Crisp Dye Ink to make the leaves a blue-green color. Give time to your inks to dry. The end result will look uniform and beautiful even if you applied patchy ink. Here I'm going to go back to the flowers now because I forgot to use the layering stencil to add the third layer to the flowers. So I'm doing that right now. I used Cosmic Berry Crisp Dye Ink and a bit of emerald to the purple flower. For the teal one, I used Emerald Crisp Dye Ink. For the pink flower, I used Razzleberry Crisp Dye Ink. And for the yellow flower, I used Marigold Crisp Dye Ink. Make sure you're not applying the ink uniformly to the entire layer so that it doesn't look like a solid layer. Change the pressure of your hand so that it is concentrated or darker in one portion and lighter towards the tips. To add the detailed stenciling on the leaves, I used the same Dark Night and Emerald Crisp Dye inks and applied it with a heavy hand, heavier than the first time around. I applied Dark Night on the base and then blended it out with the Emerald Crisp Dye ink. Once the inking was done, I used the add-on dye to die cut the image. And now I will use the dual tip pens that we have in multiple colors to add a few details to my image. During this time, I noticed that my teal flower was too close in color to the leaves. So I placed the stencils again and I used the leftover pink ink on my mini blending brush to add color to the base layer as well as through the second layer. Now I do use the pink ink a lot, so that's why my mini blending brush always has this ink. Do note that I am not going to cover the layer completely. I will leave some of the teal to show. This will create a very interesting looking flower, again like the rest of our flowers, which are going to be somewhat shaded. Now back to the pens. Using matching pens to the inks, I will add stamens and other details like an outline in some places. Now you will have to choose the pen colors that work for you and make sure they are not too dark or not too light, just in between, and they match the ink color. Now I have two panels of classic Crest Solar White cardstock in front of me. These are the size of my card front. I will first add fine black splatters to both panels using the jet black ink spray, which I will take a drop of 2 off onto my black watercolor pan. Once this dries, I will then adhere the die cut with liquid adhesive. You can adhere the die cut to one panel and then to the other after cutting it off. I wanted to see the placement, so I did it in one go and then cut overhanging bits first. Then cut along the edge of one panel to cut the die cut from the middle. And now I have my two card fronts ready. All I did next was stamp the sentiments in Obsidian Pigment Ink and die cut them using the coordinating dies. Then adhere them to the card front with instant dimension foam tape. I hope you like the ink colors and the tints that I got out of them. I especially love the color of my leaves. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Hello there! Did that video just spark your creativity? And do you want more project ideas and inspiration videos too? Well, if you do, please make sure that you subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you do click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye!